congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
When people see the poster, they might see Will and Julia's name and expect to see a typical comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But what I got when I watched this movie is much more than that. See, I felt there was comedy, but also this serious undertones to it, much like life is filled with comedy and drama at the same time.
Right, exactly.
So how did you guys balance these two elements?
Coming from where Force Majeure was, which has a balance of these two and some cringe, and then balancing out the huge drama with these moments of release, that's one way you wanted to preserve that. I think we've always led with drama. I think you, in the sense that when you sort of let the drama lead, the comedy sort of is the gift or release that we have. Like, when we experience something dramatic in our lives, sometimes when we look back and we tell that story, there's this different opinion of it, and it has almost a point of an anecdote, or a sense of humor to it of what we went through and just how we were at that moment and reflecting on it. So I think that's sort of the fun of starting there.
Almost like a psychological disaster too, in a way.
Yes.
Those comedy elements,
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I think a lot of times people get through tragic moments by laughing, so I think we're always drawn to that, the sort of honesty of that.
When some people see Will and Julia's name on a poster, they might see your usual, American comedy and expect that when they go to the theatre. But when I watched it, I got much more than that.
I think one of the things that is so wonderful about each of them as comedians is their commitment. That even when they're playing, Ron Burgundy or Selena Meyer, characters who in many ways are completely ridiculous, they play it with so much conviction and such commitment that's part of what makes it funny. So seeing them bring that sort of same level of focus to something that is a little bit more terrestrial was so exciting. Yeah.
And that's definitely real life, because there's times in my life where it's been very sad, but also moments of comedy pop in.
Yeah.
It's
that's
real life.
my entire life.
Yeah.
Really. Right back, right up against each other.
I admired Julia's acting in this. I mean, she said so much without speaking.
Yes.
Just the nuances in her expression.
Yes.
What was it like working with this much awarded actress?
I mean, we got through it.
We got through it,
It was a challenge.
Usually she, we just showed her the look, and then she just and she just...
That's how we like to direct. It's
just
just
go
like,
like,
do
this
this,
one.
do this.
Yeah.
roll your eye here. Amazing. I mean, it truly was like a little gift to be, especially in a movie that has at the center of it sort of this little 11-page scene, and you get to really watch them in the moment, not just from coverage, but just the whole thing right in front of you. And Julia does have that ability to just her reactions, let alone the actual spoken line, but her reactions were more of a gift, because there's a lot told within the silences, and even from Will as well, to have to listen to that whole story, crushing story in front of you, and then hide how you're feeling, but we can see that he is
In pain.
Yeah.
So I think to both of their credit, they just absolutely were in the moment.
Yes. Did Julia, the producer, get along with Julia, the actor, or did they sometimes have...
She
fought.
would go
They
into the
Yeah.
bathroom and we'd hear two voices weirdly.
Yeah, her producer voice is very deep. And very angry.
And we know her actress voice, so but the actress really gave it to the producer.
Oh, I'm glad she spoke up for herself.
Yeah,
She did.
yes.
She fought hard.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are in a pivotal scene where Pete invites your characters over for dinner. And I read that when shooting that scene, you would do it all in one take, and it was like 10 or 12 pages. Like, you would shoot it without stopping. So that's almost like a play. What was that experience like on set?
So nice, because you were allowed to forget the cameras were there. I don't think I've ever been in a 10-page scene on screen, and to get lost in their magic and chemistry was just a joy. There was no heavy lifting that we had to do. It was just taking them in. And Jesse Armstrong's writing is, so just to be inside that and writing it felt really fun and exciting.
I also think one of the parts about film or television acting that is a little challenging is trying to remember where you are in the story.
Yes.
So if you're shooting it in all these little pieces, you'll be like, okay, so this upsetting thing just happened, so I'm probably upset from that, and trying to locate yourself emotionally. But the nice thing about shooting a 10-page scene is like all of those changes in your sort of emotional topography are just taken care of because you're just going through them in real time. Yeah.
Well, it was so intense, you could feel it in the audience, that scene, the tension of being in an awkward situation like that. And everyone's been in a situation like that where a couple has been in the middle of an argument and you can just feel like, what do I say? Like, what do you do?
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, it's like a mouthful of vinegar.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Ooh, good. Yeah, that's.
Stellar cast, but we also have to give a shout out to one lady who stole some of the scenes, Miranda Otto.
Yes.
I might be biased, I'm an Aussie,
Yes.
but she was pretty amazing.
She was
Amazing.
fantastic.
And that was, a difficult character to cast, and she came in and made it like it was the easiest thing.
Yeah.
She just has an ability to play a character that hovers just above the ground, keeping a toe there, and so that you really get the benefit. And also, just her embracing who this woman was and this directness and very Austrian, sensibilities. Couldn't have been
Not to
happier.
mention the outfits.
Not to mention the outfits
Yeah,
and
she's a
rocking the
chameleon.
outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie's coming out on Valentine's Day, and it's a
Yeah.
different kind of Valentine's Day movie. So what would your characters write in their Valentine's Day card to each other?
Oh.
I feel like I would get like a fair trade Valentine for you from like some like an Ecuadorian craftswoman, and then I would like quote a Maya Angelou poem or something.
That is perfect.
Yeah,
What about
totally.
you?
Maybe I would have like a little vial of cocaine for you.
That's it.
Just, yeah.
And it would say hashtag no agenda,
Yeah.
hashtag happy
Where we
Valentine's
going,
Day.
babe?
Yeah.
Hashtag deviated septum.
Yeah.
What would the characters Billy and Pete write to each other in a Valentine's Day card?
Oh.
I wish you had apologized 4 days ago.
And Pete would say, I'm sorry you feel the way you do. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hashtag, sorry I have to end this interview right now, but we're out of time. Hashtag love the movie. Hashtag, can't wait to see it again.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Nice to
Bye.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.